So tell me, what was actually the name of the award? It was you were the #1 stream in the streaming awards. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
Welcome to Coach Marino's Game Day show here at Jack's Sports Bar in Palmetto. I'm Brian Varnador, and I'm joined by Coach Dave Marino and Ken Burton Jr. We want to thank the #1 fans, our Tiger Vision fans, as 4,500 Tiger fans viewed our broadcast Friday night. If you haven't already done this, be sure that you click and subscribe. You want to view Tiger Vision. As you do, you want to like and then subscribe for our channel. We'll keep you updated on Palmetto Sports there. So now I'm going to turn it over to my broadcast partner, Mr. Ken Burton Jr., for his comments.
All right. Thank you, Brian. Coach, how about introducing us to your impact players of the game, which we will see at halftime?
Well, we decided this week we were going to go all defense because the defensive performance they put on was outstanding, and it's been that way all year. And so we have Jordan Renard, #9, our big defensive tackle, right up the middle, and then behind him is Jalen Lester, #21, who's just been outstanding. He was with us on the show last week. Then we have L.J. Hewitt on one side at corner. Came up with a big interception for us last week. And then we have our newcomer, Sheldrick Simpson, who has just burst on the scene and had a great, great pick last week and just been making some big plays. So we're very excited about him and all the guys being here tonight. So, yep, that's the cast of characters.
Okay, we look forward to interviewing them at halftime. Brian, I'll turn it back over to you.
Okay, Coach Marino, let's get right into the action here. We'll set it up. We'll talk through some of the highlights from the October 9th Cross River rivalry game with those Manatee Hurricanes.
Yeah, so, again, I'm sure it was an exciting atmosphere for the kids, big time, even in the COVID era with a little bit limited capacity. But, again, good return, not exactly what we wanted. We were trying to work a right return, but Sagel got us in a good field position. And, right out of the gate, it was, good pitch and catch. Alzavian Houston's been really big for us these last few weeks.
Yes, he has.
He's really coming into his own, feeling comfortable. And, again, right there, Jamarian Simmons makes up, big catch, to hang on to that ball. And so the receivers are really starting to gel right now. They're getting used to being with Josh Siplin now. And like I said, we just missed on that one, and that was a protection issue. We had a little bit of pressure in Josh's face. And, again, look how hard Josh runs the football. Not only is he athletic and can run away from people, but if he needs to, he'll be a physical runner as well. Right there we had, a chance right there to make a big play. And unfortunately, we're still not being consistent enough. But, give the kids credit for working through, the early season slip-ups and just like I said, that lack of continuity, but it's starting to come together. And so, right there, we're hoping that we can continue to improve upon that this week. Our defense has just been outstanding all year long, and like I said, I want to say I think we held them to 43 yards total rushing, and that's just total domination by our defense. And we just got to clean up the special teams mistakes. But right there, Jock Hughes coming up, making a big play. Good-looking tight end, big kid. We knew he could do some damage in the passing game. And again, right there, the pursuit that's getting to the ball. So just when they think that they're going to get a big play, our defense really swarms and then answers the call. Right there, what a heck of a catch and throw there. Jock was so close. He broke on it, made a good read, broke on it, and he just missed it. It was just over his fingertips. we thought it was going to be picked off because, like I said, he read it, made a great break on the ball, but like I said, good concentration by the wide receiver from Manatee to maintain that catch. Right there, just zipper coming in and just the defense swarming. And like I said, that was the kind of performance that our defense had, all night. Unfortunately, like I said, the special teams just, gave those big returns up and put our defense against, with their backs to the wall, and then on offense, turning the ball over. And so not allowing our defense to defend half the field. We like I said, 2 possessions on kick returns, got them inside the 20. And then the turnovers, two turnovers that gave them the ball inside the 20. And so those are mistakes you just can't make. You can't give these other teams a short field like that. Because if you make a team drive 50, 60 yards against our defense, that's a tough challenge. That's a monumental task. Right there, offensively, Sagel just doing what he does, and that's just relentless effort and attitude. Just a never say die attitude. He's just a great kid, and that's why he's our captain. Great job by Quay getting separation there, and the DB had to hold on, or that would have been a touchdown. So smart play by their defensive back, but gave us a chance to convert a first down. And this was a scheme that Coach Ty and I, we had saw it, that we knew we could do it. Other teams were able to work this wheel route off of them as well and have success. So, we skin this cat a few different ways. You see the same route combination at a different looks, and it was there a couple times. And so Sagel just makes a great catch. He goes up and
look at him get up
the ball
there,
like you ask a receiver to do, and great ball by Josh to give him a chance. And so, big play, big first down right there, and gets us going, gets that engine cranked up, and gives our offense a chance. So, like I said, we're hoping we can continue to build, around our passing game from this past week, because it was definitely much improved, and we would like to be a balanced team in terms of run the pass. Again, we had an opportunity there to hit Quay, get the penalty. Again, we had, the wheel route coming off of it also. So that's a tough decision for that corner to make. Does he stay with the receiver, or does he come off and peel off and go with the wheel route? And again, good blocking and good hard running by Sagel. Keeping the chains moving, and like I said, giving us a chance to get into short third down situations. And there's an example of it right there. You get into those third and mediums, third and shorts, and there it is, and you were able to convert that first down. Again, good hard running. Good job offensive line-wise. We were getting a lot of good push, a lot of good movement. And like I said, right there, just great hard running, good hard blocking. We get the personal foul coming in helmet to helmet, tacks on another 15, and then very similar to the scheme we ran against Port Charlotte. The Alzavian Houston again comes up big, and like I said, we're just excited for him and a lot of these young, inexperienced receivers to continue to grow and get better and continue to gel with Josh and get that timing down. We got to do a better job again on special teams. That's, we're just not providing the same effort that gets us down there to score, and we're giving away these points. We get beat inside, and they get a block, and what a momentum shift that is. And then, the big kick return right there. All right, not as costly as the other two 70 and 80-yard runs, but again, too much. You can't give your opponent the ball at the 50. But again, at least it allows our defense to do what they do. Gives them a little bit of room, as opposed to some of the other special teams mistakes we had to give them those really, really short fields. So again, big play right there by Ruben Stamp. He reads it, and then, wow, what a play on fourth down. They go for it, and our defense stands tall. And so, like I said, that's what great field position, giving them the ball at the 50, and our defense still shuts them down. So, we just got to do a better job on special teams to continue to make them drive the field. And then, again, offensively, we get the ball in great field position, and we have to capitalize. And that's some good blocking on the perimeter by our receivers. And Sagel's got that finishing top-end speed now. And there you go, and that's what happens. When you allow our defense to at least have half the field to defend, they're going to make offenses, stopping their tracks, and then, like I said, giving us that opportunity on offense to have a short field or good field position. We feed off that, and like I said, offensively, as you're still a work in progress, we need to continue to lean on our defense, but yet still capitalize on our opportunities and execute.
So there at the end of the first quarter, Manatee with the lead there over the Tigers, and let's pick it up right now with the second quarter action.
Yeah, again, this is this is where you want to be. You're up at Hawkins Stadium, very storied program and an outstanding venue. But like I said, you can't have this. You can't take that. You can't lose that momentum that you had. And so, here's what I was talking about earlier. Now they have the ball on the 18-yard line.
Yeah, LJ saved a touchdown.
Yeah, great effort by LJ, but still way too much.
Yes.
We have to take that attitude that kickoff is the first defensive play, because all of the total domination upfield we had, it still equates to points. And right now we should be the best defense in the area, but we're not. You give up 34 against Braden River, and you give up another 28 against Manatee, and statistically you think we're just a pedestrian defense, and that's not the case. And so hopefully the kids got the message this week that it's important. Kickoff, punt are all important special teams, and especially for our defense to be dominant in those areas. So again, short field, it's tough sledding. When you're backed up on your own 16 like that, your back's to the wall. It's not hard for an offense to score from that area. So again, our defense has got to step up, and then offensively we got to get more out of our return game. We don't want to start on the 20. We'd like to get in the plus 35, area. Great movement again up front, giving ourselves a chance. We always want to try to get first downs on first or second down, and if we have to get into a third down situation, you got to win third downs. Third downs and turnovers are the key stats that we look at, and we haven't done a good job. These last two games that we lost the turnover battle and we lost the third down battle. And like I said, it reared its ugly head again, giving Manatee a couple short fields because of our turnovers as well as it did against Braden River. But again, right there, if you have to drive 60, 70 yards against our defense, that's a tough task. And again, our defense has done an outstanding job all year, and they're going to continue to fly around and make big hits and make big plays, and they continue to do that right there. You got Jalen Wester again, Chance Zipper. The defensive line's outstanding with Cedric Augustin and Jordan up the middle. Gabe McDuffie, Danny Rivera, Miles Ormsby. I mean, we just rotate a lot of guys on defense, and that keeps them fresh. It keeps them hungry, and that's how they can make those plays. They just have that extra gear where other offenses maybe get worn down a little bit. Our defense, we can just keep rotating guys in, and there again was another opportunity with that wheel route we talked about. Schematically, we knew it was there. We just missed that one. Just a little bit of an overthrow by Josh. But again, the desire and passion he has to be great right there. You take a shot on first or second down, you got to get yourself back into manageable, and he does that for us with his legs. Gets us into a third and short, and we actually lose a couple yards there. Just not very good blocking, and that unfortunately, again, third downs. If you don't convert those third downs, we go with our quick kick that we work on, try to catch them off guard. And he gets off too good of a kick.
54-yarder. Yeah.
Too good of a kick, because if he had left it short of about 5 more yards, that would have been great. We could have had him pinned inside the 10, but it rolls in the end zone.
Yeah.
So that's something we work on, and but we don't want to have to use that. We would like to convert those third downs and continue to keep the chains moving. So, we're down right now. You got to give our kids a lot of credit for the way they hung in there and kept fighting. When momentum went Manatee's way, we just kept fighting to get it back. And like I said, for every time, we would, turn the ball over or give up a big play, the defense really would rally around it and give us a chance. And then, as you'll see later on, the offense stepped up into the fight and gave us a chance at the end of the game. So again, Manatee's driving a little bit, but defensively we're going to fly around and we're going to hit you, and that's what they're doing right here. Again, Jalen Wester in the backfield, getting big push, from Riley Jackson and Miles Ormsby and Jordan Renault up the middle, and then that gives Jalen and everybody else a chance to fly around and make big plays. So as you can see, it's a dogfight. Close game, big venue.
Tough call on that play.
Yeah. Again, they make the stops when they have to. They make the stops again. Jalen is one of the leaders that's making plays. Again, what a great play by Jock coming over the top, batting that ball away from the safety position. All right, and then like I said, we just didn't have enough time here. We get a nice play off, but the half runs out, and so there you have it. Should be 14-14, but we gave up that extra point. You always say it's going to come back to haunt you later on, and it did.
Well, Coach, as we get things prepared here, at the halftime break, Manatee leads Palmetto 14-13 there, and I think, Ken, you've got a couple. We have some players to be introduced here.
Yes, and of the 4 impact players, 3 of them are actually underclassmen, which is a good thing when you look into the future of the Tiger football program. This first guy here is Jordan Renault. He's the big number 9. He had 2 solos and 4 assists and a sack. We're going to look at – well, first of all, I have a question for you, Jordan. Now that Floyd Dozier is currently injured, how has your role changed on the defensive line? Have you stepped into the leadership role there? I mean, y'all are the backbone of the vaunted defense that Coach has been talking about.
I feel like I kind of have to step up as far as speaking and being more vocal. Yeah, I kind of took a blow for the first game, but that he was out. But I feel like we're pulling it together though. So that's it.
Yeah, it was very evident y'all stepped up on the defensive line. Y'all were outsized by a tremendous amount, yet you held them less than 50 yards rushing for the entire game. We have a play we're going to look at. It was a tackle for loss late in the third quarter. Walk us through what the call was and what you did to make this play. We'll be right there.
Jeez.
Well, he's in the backfield, first of all, which that happens very often because of his just size and strength and technique. He works very hard with his technique. But tell us about it, Jordan.
Tell us about the body slam.
I think this one, we was an outlaw. And then I was just told to shoot the gap. That's all that was. But I just feel like that was our coaches. Our coaches caught that. I think it was Coach Walls caught that, and we just executed, to be honest with you.
All right.
So,
very good. Great job so far this season. All right. I'd like to call up number 20.
Hey, while Jordan's checking out there, it's always nice to be across the line of scrimmage before the offensive lineman gets out of his stance. That's always beneficial, right, Coach?
Yeah, penetration. Yes,
yeah, that whole sequence in the game probably lasts a second and a half, and it's amazing his quickness. All right, Sheldrick. Simpson, just a junior, 1 solo tackle, 2 assists, and you're going to walk us through the interception you made. We were down by 15 at this point in the game, and they were on a short field. If you don't pick that pass off, Manatee could have been up by 3 touchdowns, and it could have been a whole different outcome. So we're gonna run this in super slow motion. So walk us through what the call was, and you made a very acrobatic catch. So here we go.
Okay, I Coach Brady's called cover 3, and it was a great play by Chance Zipper to get his hand out while being blocked. And when I seen that, I just seen the ball in the air, so I had to get the receiver off of me. And then when I seen the ball in there, I just made the play, jumped up, and when it hit my hands, I just caught it. Stumbled a little bit, tried to catch my feet, but I was trying to return it for a pick 6. But it was really a good play by Chance, because without him, it would have never been a pick, or it could have been incomplete. But that's a good play by him. I thank him every day for the pick, but that was a great play by him, and I just had to execute that.
Now he's being a little modest because he's got great ball skills, and as I mentioned to you guys in the pregame here tonight, you know, we work these drill. You know, during group period, in this era of RPOs, we have our we have our 3 receivers to one side, we have another 3 receivers, and we go back and forth. And so these guys on the other side are having to defend this, and Chance does. His job is to take number 2 and put him in the backfield, be physical with him, and then, like I said, play that bubble screen or all the different screen game you have out on the perimeter you see at every level, pro level, college level, and high school level. And so they basically, they just did what they executed and worked hard at every day in practice. And like I said, Sheldrick's ball skills are outstanding. So we're lucky to have them, and we're lucky to have Chance and all these guys on defense.
I know Brian and I have commented during the broadcast about how often we have mentioned both Chance and Sheldrick. Like we didn't know those names, but now we know them very well.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. I was, doing the broadcast thing. I wanted to, be saying something like, man, that number 20 is balling out there. There was like the 3rd and 4th quarter. He was fantastic.
They're leading in the newcomer, right? The newcomer award, right? Is that right? Everybody has that newcomer of the year award.
Yes.
So those two are definitely going to be battling it out. Who's the newcomer of the year?
All right. So now our third impact player of the game, number 3, L.J. Hewitt, the senior, had 1 assist in the game, but the big interception to start the 4th quarter rally with a 43-yard return that set up the score to cut the game to 8 points. So, LJ, walk us through the interception. It's going to run super slow.
What coverage are we in, LJ?
We're in cover 3, and I was in press bail to throw him off, to make him kind of baited him to throw the deep ball. And I really give thanks to my D-line because they really got pressure for him to throw the ball a little early, and I just made a play.
What LJ's talking about for the novice people out there, the novice fans, is when you as an offensive coordinator and offensive players, when you see press coverage, you think it's man coverage, and so he did. That's what he meant by baiting them into thinking, because that's the answer. You got to throw that go route. If you're getting that kind of press man coverage, you got to throw the go route. So he knew, he knew exactly what he was doing, and that's the experience LJ has. And like I said, the blocks that he's getting from his teammates, they love one another, they care about one another, and you could see that every Friday night, the way they play hard for each other.
Yeah, Sheldrick's play there. Ken and I talked about that. Talk about Sheldrick's play on that. First of all, the Augustin got held on his way into the quarterback.
Yes.
Still got a hand up, disrupted the quarterback. But we were watching Sheldrick on that play. It was amazing.
Yes, it was fun watching him. He was lifting his hand up. Hang on here. Don't run off.
Go nowhere. You still got it.
He's raising his hand up. He's turning around. Follow me. Come around. And he took on big number 66 there and laid a hit, easily outweighed by 100 pounds, and then hit the quarterback, which added 17 yards to the return. So, question for you: there's not many 6'3" cornerbacks around, not even in the NFL. So, who do you like to emulate? There's got to be another corner. And why do you like their style of play?
I really like Jalen Ramsey because he can cover and he comes down to tackle. He's not afraid to tackle.
Nothing like a physical corner. You got a physical corner, right? They all can cover. You want them to cover.
Yes.
But if they can be physical in the run game, that's a plus. That's a difference maker right there.
All right, very good. Thank you. Keep up the good work. All right, Mr. Wester,
The Hammer. Here
Is
he comes.
that his new name now, the Hammer?
Well, I mean, Lord, if you watch him play, he is putting the hammer to people. Baby J. Big Baby.
Now we know that name. We were calling that on the broadcast. So Jalen, just a junior, 10 solo tackles, 4 assists. He's got 53 tackles for the season, leads the team. And the plays we're going to look at you. This was key late in the game. Manatee has the ball with 3 minutes or so left. We need to stop them and get the ball. And Mr. Wester here steps up and makes 2 consecutive plays to force them to have to punt. So walk us through the call, Jalen, and the plays, as you always do. Very good job.
Well, so right here, the man pulled. So what we do in practice is when somebody pull, we automatically go down that way. And when you come down here and play fast, I beat him to the spot and just brought that thigh out.
Good form tackle, too. Puts his head right on the ball. That's big. And that's a big running back. That's a big running back that he chopped down right there.
Yes, sir.
But that's his great effort right there.
So that puts
Microphone.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was 2nd and 12 on the loss, so that puts Manatee in a 3rd and 17. So the next play, you do basically the same thing. So walk us through it.
Well, on this play, when I watched film, I saw that they liked to do this a lot. And in this formation, he likes to bounce it to the outside. So what I did was I kind of cheated the drill a little bit and got a 50 and came straight downhill, and I made the tackle. Because I knew if I made that tackle, then my offense got another chance to make a play.
And again, he talks about cheating the drill, but it's really just, it's first of all, it's studying the game the way he does. And he is a student of the game, and he's very football savvy. He's got great football intelligence and intellect. And then, the reaction, the instincts. That's what makes Jalen so special. He's got the measurables, and he can really become a great player, and especially a great linebacker because of those football instincts and his football IQ. So, yeah, it's just another example of hopefully a lot more to come.
Which leads me to the question I have for you, Jalen. Obviously, you're natural at the linebacker, that you have the instincts, but film study has to play a part into being a successful defensive player. So tell our fans, what do you do to prepare each week for the opponents?
Well, first I pay attention to the linemen, because in practice, the linemen can tell you a lot about what they're going to run. So that's a big part of watching film, is watching the guards, the tackles, and how they set themselves up and stuff. And then it's about looking at their formations, because if you watch film and if you really getting what they're doing, it's going to help you play faster and get downhill faster and make bigger plays.
Very true. Very true.
He must have a great coach, Brian. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he has a fantastic coach.
Thank you, Jalen. Brian, I'm going to turn it back to you so we can pick up on the second half here.
Speaking about coaching, we talk a lot of football, but I'm going to turn it over to somebody who knows a little bit about football. So Coach Dave Marino, 3rd quarter highlights.
Well, like I said, should be 14-14, but, we just got to deal with what we have. And so we want to come out and set the tempo. But, again, unfortunately, we do not. And this is not the way you want to start the second half. And again, as dominant as our defense was, again, LJ gives us another chance, but you can't play on a short field like that. Giving them the ball at the 5-yard line, the previously giving it to them on the 13-yard line. That's just two possessions, and it's just too easy. And you got to put more pressure on offenses to have to drive the ball a little bit, because like I said, when you have to drive against our defense, that's tough sledding. That is not the situation you want to be in as an opposing offense. And so we have to get better on special teams, and it's really effort. You see it all the time at any level. It's about effort. So again, we had it dialed up. but unfortunately we didn't get the protection that we needed. But you saw that same wheel route from a different look, different formations, different motions. So, I always like to say it's the same socks, just in a different box. And so, that's what you do. It's just window dressing. Once you find a weakness, how can you attack that weakness in a variety of different ways? And so, that was that scheme, and just, we didn't get the protection to get the pass, get the pass off. But again, our kids just keep battling, and you see it right here. They keep working, they get themselves in position, and then there's a slip and an overthrow, and you just give one away. And so right there, you're going in, you're in the red zone, and you come away with nothing, and you give them momentum, with the interception. And again, you're just putting your defense out on the field too much, and that's not a good recipe for success as a football team. We got to be able to at least contribute and get first downs, keep the chains moving, keep our defense off the field. But again, they're a great bunch of guys. They don't complain. They never point fingers. Like I said, we have a true team culture, and that's the reason why you see right there our defense: Cedric Augustin, and like I said, it's Jalen and it's Jordan. So many guys, making plays to give our offense another chance. And every time they give us a chance, and if we don't capitalize on it, they give us another chance. And so that's going to bode well in our favor as we continue to grow as an offense, protect the ball, be a little more efficient on third downs, to where we could become a complete football team. Like I said, and especially we have to, tighten up the special teams area. Like I said, and then we could become a really dangerous football team. And so, we're just excited every day to do that, just to get better. And, right there, our bell cow, Sagel, thought he had the edge, and just good play by Manatee. But, if you keep giving it to Sagel, he's eventually going to make a big play. And then unfortunately there, we've talked about this. First of all, it's an illegal play. And we tell him you can't do it anyway. You can't jump over people, and it's really to protect him, because when you get up as high as he did there, the body shuts down. He lost total control of the ball just because of, like I said, the fear of being up there and the uncertainty of being up there. So, like I said, we go over it with him again. We've incorporated some drills to try to break him of that habit, because when he runs behind his pads, he's dangerous, and that's his biggest asset. He doesn't need to hurdle people. He doesn't need to finesse people. He just needs to run through people, and then finish runs. And so he's gotten that message. I think we made it quite clear to him, what we need to do offensively, and what his repertoire of moves needs to be. And so we're looking for him to have a good game this week. So again, it's tough when you give him the ball again right on the 20-yard line. So not only are you turning it over, but you're turning it over at inopportune times and in just bad position on the field, bad spots on the field. So, again, you can't expect our defense to just totally shut teams out with playing on a short field like that. So, offensively, we need to do a better job of protecting the ball and more efficient on third downs. And Josh is a little short there.
One of the few times.
We just didn't convert, and so now we get another opportunity right there, and there's a drop ball there, and so like I said, we got to get more consistent. We were better, but we got to continue to get better, and like I said, become more efficient and more consistent offensively. But like I said, you want to accentuate the positives, and we are doing that. So right there, again, backs to the wall, with a bad punt, and our defense just never quits. Mm-hmm. And that's what you got to love about these Tigers. This group of kids will never quit. That's who we are. That's what we demand of them as coaches. No matter what the circumstances are, we're going to keep fighting you. And it's just a great play by Chance Zipper. We run this drill in practice. He jacks up number 2 receiver, gets penetration, and like I said, is able to sell out his body and get a hand in there. And then Sheldrick Simpson just has outstanding ball skills to make a big play. And so, gives our offense a chance. And if you give our offense enough chances, we do have enough weapons, and we do have enough growth that's been going on so far, and experience to make plays. And So, we do that. At this point in the game now, we get some momentum to where we can, we could step up in the fight offensively and capitalize on this. So, right there, good hard run by Sagel. And, like I said, this is what he's capable of. And so, big play gets us out of that hole. And then what a play here by Cleve. But unfortunately, they turned the ball over again. And so another drive thwarted by a turnover. But again, our defense never quits. And then they go out there. And, fortunately for our defense, we turn the ball over in better position, not with their backs to the wall, to make them have to defend a full, make them have to drive a full field. And again, that's tough sledding for anybody going against our defense to have to drive the field. So, going into the fourth quarter, our defense is still fighting. And as you saw in the game, if you were there or if you watched it on Tiger Vision, we have a chance at the end of this game to win the game.
Yeah, at the end of the third quarter, Manatee leads this one 28-13, so a 15-point lead, and they've got the ball to open up the fourth quarter, Coach. And so I'm sitting up in the press box and I'm thinking to myself, all right, do we have some dogs out there? The defense has been playing hard all game. I'm thinking of Alonzo Houston, and I'm thinking of John Bembry, and I'm thinking about the Wyatt brothers, Matty, and and I was thinking, do we have dogs in this fight? Who's going to step up? And even road graders on offense, like old Ethan Ingram. So I'm thinking, well, we're about to find out if the dogs are in the kennel here. And are they going to quit? And at 15 points down, Manatee's got the ball, and we've seen other teams quit. And you get the character of these young men, guys like Jalen Wester, Coach, who's just the sweetest, nicest guy. He gets 14 tackles in this game. And you wonder about, how aggressive and what are we going to see out of this Palmetto Tiger bunch, and what's the reflection of the coaching going to be with this crew. There's two approaches. You can lay down and you can quit, or you can come out and fight. Speaking of dogs, we say it's never about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight and the dog, And so what we are about to see in this fourth quarter, I was very impressed and very proud of the effort here in this fourth quarter, Coach.
I can assure you that's never going to happen at Palmetto High, not under my watch. That's not the way our coaches are built. Our coaches demand it. Our coaches, we train these kids, and we test them physically and mentally every day. Football is the most grueling sport physically and mentally. It's the most demanding sport physically and mentally. It's a tough sport. It's a violent sport. And so, our kids know that. That's the way they're trained and conditioned. And so we expect that from them. And they answered. And they answered, so well. And like I said, it was just unfortunate that, the extra point early in the game really hurt us to not allow us to get to overtime. Last year we beat Manatee in overtime. And we feel, we hold those four fingers up for a reason. It's something we truly believe in. It's something that we know that we're going to win games in the fourth quarter. And we just didn't give ourselves a chance, with that point early on, to give ourselves a chance to go overtime like last year and then beat them like we did in overtime last year. So, you learn from your mistakes. I think the kids will be hungrier this week. They'll be more determined, and they'll be more focused to take care of the football and be a little bit more efficient on third downs and, come out on the right side of the win-loss column this week.
All right, Coach, with that being said, let's go to the fourth quarter action.
So, again, when you make them have to drive the field, that's tough. And there it is right there. I mean, you're talking about that's one of the Manatee's best receivers, and LJ locked them down, man coverage, and makes a big play. And now gives us the short field and puts Manatee, with their backs to the wall. And again, you got to love their fight. It's a championship program over there. But then again, our kids just had a little bit more fight here to keep working and like I said, give themselves a chance. And that's what we did right there. We spread them out, and again spread them out again. Just pounding it. giving ourselves a chance to chip away. And then fourth down call, big time play here. We were waiting. We were waiting for these guys to make a play, and he did. And that's, whether it's been Alzavian Houston, Jamarian Simmons, like I said, Zorian Geathers comes up with a big play later on.
Great block by Simmons on that run there.
And again, that's the team culture and the attitude they have. They're going to fight for one another. And so, we give ourselves a chance here. Thanks to the penalty, now they have to start on their own 20, which is big. Didn't give them a chance to return it right there because we were able to kick it in the end zone. And now our defense is, now they're smelling it. They're smelling the blood in the water.
They are on it.
They're seeing the opportunity that this momentum has shifted. And so they do a great job, getting us the ball back. Like I said, right there, you see the fight in Manatee. Getting that big first down, trying to flip the field a little bit. But again, our defense rises to the challenge and does a great job. Stuffs them on first down, stuffs them on second down, and then third down, big play here again. That's what we're looking for. Our defense to step up and give us a chance. And like I said, great coverage. We forced the punt. And now, you got Jock Hughes back there, just try to get us a little something. So he gets us a little bit of a return. So 34-yard line right there to start this drive. And again, what a great read by Josh Siplin.
Yes.
Big first down on first down. They mark them a little short. But like I said, then we finished the run here to get the first down. So again, now the Tigers' offense is rolling, and we're doing enough consistently. Again, good read by Josh, picking up another 5 yards. And like I said, if you can get into second and fives and third and shorts, that's where you want to be, and picking up first downs on first down. All right, great catch by Jamarian Simmons. And like I said, him and Xavier Houston, they're really starting to come into their own. Right there, it was a scare.
Oh, that's scary.
That was a mis-execution. But again, the mistakes that happen, we're used to it. We overcome. We keep fighting. And again, right there, Sagel, that was not a great read. Probably should have been pulled again by Josh. So now we're backed up, third and a bunch. All right, but we answer with a big play here coming up on fourth down. All right. And it was a route scheme that we had run earlier, and just a great play, by them on defense. But we thought we had it right there, and so like I said, we have to rely on our defense again, and they rise to the challenge.
Sure did, Coach.
Yeah.
This is where Jalen steps up.
Again, big time. It's just again having each other's backs, and offensively we got to do a little bit more to have our defenses back, because like I said, they're fighting and they're giving us every opportunity to win this game. And like I said, we didn't capitalize on the last drive, the turnover, which is what you want to do when a team turns the ball over. You gotta make that pay. You gotta make it hurt. So again, Jock Hughes does a good job getting a nice little return. So it gives us great field position. We are on plus territory. We're on Manatee's side of the field. We do 2-minute drill every day, so we're good. We feel comfortable in that situation.
Oh, yeah.
And we got plenty of time with the field position. Usually we back ourselves up on the 15 or 20 for our 2-minute drill. A little bit late on Josh's read. He wanted to take a shot. Thought Quay had a great matchup. And then right here,
here he is.
Just the middle of the field, Zorian Geathers. We've been waiting for him to have his coming out party, and it was great to see him get a big catch there. But like I said, now instead of just kicking the extra point and going overtime, we have to go for 2, and that's tough to do. And so that's it. The mistakes we made were costly, were crucial, and were the difference in winning and losing these last 2 weeks. I said to the guy Saturday morning, I said we gave Braden River and Manatee some early Christmas presents, and we have to stop being so generous, and we have to stop being Santa Claus, and and really, really starting to stay focused and finish and be hungrier than the other team to win. So, like I said, I think our kids will respond this week in the right way. We're home, which is nice to get back home. It's homecoming, and I think that our kids will be ready.
And the final score, Manatee holds on for the 28-26 victory over the Tigers. So, well, Ken, let's pick it up with some coach questions here.
Okay. Coach, let's move on to this week's opponent, the Fighting Tarpons of Punta Gorda, Charlotte. Team we saw twice last year. They were 9-4, and 2 of those losses were we accounted for them by a combined score of 96-19. New coach this year in Wade Taylor. For 100 years, it was Binky Waldrop there, and they ran a very good program. Looking at their schedule, they're sitting at 4-1 right now. One common opponent, Braden River, whom they beat 35-21. From your preparation this week, what do we see in the 2020 version of the Charlotte Fighting Tarpons?
Well, again, it's a perennial powerhouse program. They are either playing for regional championships or winning regional championships year in and year out. So we know what we're going to get. We're going to get the same thing we always get from Charlotte. They're going to be well coached. They're going to play hard. They're physical. They're athletic. And so, that's never more evident than their quarterback, who's a very physical, very athletic runner. They have a tailback that's back from last year as well. They have experience up front in the offensive line. So it's going to be another tough district, championship level matchup. And the big thing is, like I always say, Braden River lost the turnover battle in that first one against Charlotte. And we lost the turnover battle in the Braden River game. And we lost the turnover battle this past week against Manatee. So if we protect the football and we are more efficient on third downs and we're more consistent offensively, pitching and catching the ball, we're gonna have a good showing, and I think it's going to be a great game, and I think we should be able to come out on top. But again, it's football's a battle of will as much as it is skill. And, our kids got to be a little hungrier this week because Charlotte's going to come in and try to ruin our homecoming and try to continue the great season that they have going right now. And we have to fight off the ropes and get back on the positive side. Right now we're 2-2. So they're 4-1, we're 2-2. And we have to flip that narrative. We have to get back on the winning side.
Well, Coach, it's been a pleasure watching the coaching staff, and we always take pride. One thing about being in the community of Palmetto, we know that as far as the coaching group goes, we've got a awesome group of coaches here, and we just appreciate it very much. Well, we're going to wrap it up now. We thank you all for watching Coach Marino's Coaches Show, featuring Tiger highlights here from Jack's Sports Bar in Palmetto on Tiger Vision, is presented by Conley Buick GMC. If you haven't already done so, please like and subscribe to our channel so you can stay current on Palmetto Tigers football. Be sure to join us this Friday night, October the 16th, when the Charlotte Tarpons come to town to take on your Palmetto Tigers. One town, one team. Go Tigers.
Yes, sir.